What's up guys? Today we are going to change the heater core on the 2012 Dodge Avenger. I have seen it done on the Dodge Journey. The Dodge Journey has a larger cabin, so I think it's a bit easier to do than Dodge Avengers, but we will see. So the Dodge Chrysler heater cores, they end up going bad, I'm assuming at 40,000 miles because that's when ours went bad. And the right side is cold and the left side is hot. So within the heater core, the right side of the heater core gets really gunked up and it gets clogged, so the water flow cannot go through the whole heater core. So the right side is gunked without having hot water go through the right side. So with that said, in order to replace the heater core the way a shop would, I suppose, or the way the dealership would, they would take apart the whole entire dash. And that's way too much work to do on such a simple job. So within the steering wheel, we have a piece of plastic we're gonna take off, and heater core should come straight out from the middle console. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through the tools that we need to get this job done. First and foremost, you need a heater core. Now, before we even get to the job, I just wanna tell you, we will be cutting these pipes. So if you don't have a means to cut it or you don't feel safe to cut it, just get a mechanic to do this job. You need a multi-tool, attachments for the multi-tool to cut the metal pipe, a 5/8 heater hose that will connect the pipes from the firewall to the heater core, something to cut that heater hose with. You can use anything. I just bought something that's meant to cut it. 4 clamps for the heater hose, and 2 radiator pinch-off pliers. First and foremost, we're gonna pop this hood and clamp the heater hoses that's going to the firewall and to the heater core. Go ahead and remove this. Now we need to remove this hose from here to here so we get access to the lines. Easy enough. Now if you look in there, you see the 2 hoses going into the firewall. We need to clamp those hoses. So I'll be clamping on this one and this one. So I'll be clamping on both these hoses. Both hoses are clamped, one right there and another one back there. That back one was kind of tough to get clamped, but we got it. Now we need to take apart that right there and get right there because the heater core is right there. So I'm going to try my best to record the whole process of this. It's very dark in here and I do not have much room to put the camera within the space while I'm working. But if I can't get the footage, I'll show you after the fact what I did. All right, so first, let's move back to the seat. Now we need to take this piece off, then get back there. All right, so this piece was right here. You have this clip right here and that clip right there. I used a flathead and pried this off, and I used my fingers and took it off. And that top one, I just kind of pulled the whole piece out and it came out. So now we have more further access to the heater core. So I'm gonna figure out what to do next and I'll get back to y'all, okay? Because we have the lines right there. And I started taking off the bottom and I think it's all clips, so you just pry it right off. In order to take off this dash, we need to remove this plastic piece, all right? To remove this plastic piece, you need to take off some of this weather stripping and this pries straight off. Now we need to get to that bolt. That bolt right there to take off this lower dash. That bolt is now out and I believe we can take off this dash. I apologize for the bad lighting. I brought in my studio light from my office to light up this space. All right, should have done that when I first started. Anyways, this, see that piece right there? That piece right there, right here, goes behind this. So with that said, these clips right there, clip on to this. You gotta undo those clips, then slide it out and it comes right out. So that's how you remove this guy. Not sure if you'll be able to see this, but there's a vent right here where the hoses are. You took off that Phillips, now you gotta take off this piece of plastic. You basically just pry it right off and it comes out. We need to unhook this now. Now we need to remove this piece of plastic and cut these metal pipes, and now the heater core comes straight out. So now I have my Dremel ready. I put the new cutting piece on it. This is the type of piece that can cut metal. We are gonna cut those pipes. Those pipes gonna leak a lot of fluid. So these are weather mats. A lot of fluid will get caught in here, but what I'm gonna do grab my handy towel, and I'm gonna put it down there so it can catch most of the fluid. I'm going to cut the pipe just enough so the fluid can start draining. I always recommend wearing glasses. Make sure you catch all the fluid. Bottom pipe is cut. This just came out from the heater core. That's gross. Completely cut. All that gunk, all this came from that heater core. You know there's something wrong with this heater core if all that came from this. That is terrifying. All that is going through your car. No bueno, that's not good. Thank you, Dodge Chrysler, for making an awesome product that won't fail. That's great. Thank you. Those are the cut pipes. So now we need to cut this. We need to give enough room to be able to put 2 clamps on this with the heater core hose over it, so we can make sure there's no leaks and, you know, all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna cut right here on both of them, right there, or right there, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and sand these guys so it won't cut the hose down the line. So let's go sand them and I'll be right back. I have an 80 grit. So let's go ahead and cut the other pipes to match these guys, and we'll put the heater hose on them and clamp them together. I'm just go ahead and do that because I think it's self-explanatory. So yeah. All right, so I just cut those pipes, so let's go sand them. All right, so let's test fit this guy. That is nearly perfect fit. That is awesome. Just go ahead and cut this guy down to size and install it to there. So, do not make him this big. Make him half the size. I tried to put them on, they got stuck, they would not slide. I'm gonna make them half the size, about that big, and I'm gonna put clamps on them. I will lubricate the inside so that it will slide up and down the pipe, and I can slide it down onto the other side of the pipe. So I'll be back when I make shorter ones and I attach them, and it will be good to go. Also, do not forget to put on those clamps before you start putting on the hose. You will be SOL. Alright, so getting those hoses on was definitely the hardest part. The hoses that's connecting the old heater car piping to the new heater car piping. I'm 100% sure that is a lot easier than taking apart the whole entire dash. So I'm good with that. Now we need to take off these clamps and hope for the best. Just kidding. I know it's gonna work well. Let's get heat in the passenger seat of the car finally. That's good, no leaking. Here's a moment of truth. Let's see if it leaks, and let's see if both sides get hot. So far no leaking, so that's good. I can feel the hot water going through the heater core, so there's no leaking, that's good. While I'm waiting for that to heat up, I'm gonna go ahead and install the rest of the interior. Getting the air vent that directs air to your feet was pretty difficult to put on. You have flashlight, and basically it wedges over a flange, a plastic flange, and you'll be good. Not terrible, no pain in the ass, but not bad. What's up? It's future me. I just took the car out for a drive, and the heat is phenomenal. And it heats up the car so much better than when it did when it had like 30,000 miles. It's fantastic, and I'm very, very happy with the way it turned out. When it was sitting at idle, it got a little warm, so I was kind of skeptical, but I took it out for a drive and it got very hot, and the way I would expect it to. Still, the outside vents of the car are not blowing as hard as it should, but it's good. I'm happy with it, and the car got really toasty, and that's how I want it to be, especially when it's about to get decently cold here in Florida. I say cold, and the lowest it's gonna ever get is probably 32, but yeah, and a shop would probably charge like 500 bucks at least to do that job. So, save you some money. I spent probably a total of $100 if you're not including the multi-tool to do this job, and it's pretty solid. This is what you can expect from a Chrysler, putting cheap products into their cars that's gonna go out within 40,000 miles. This is how it is, right? The transmission went out at 60,000 miles, heater core went out at 40,000 miles. And guys, as you can see, I got a garage for the YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more content on the Mustang. A lot is coming. I'm painting the whole entire car, so this video is coming. Then I'll be doing suspension and all that fun stuff. So if you catch a heater core going bad before it goes completely bad, you can flush the heater core and it might fix the issue temporarily. I have a video to that in the description down below, and or the card up above. So you can check that out to see how to flush the heater core. So good luck doing it on your own car, and put a comment down in the description what kind of issues came up and how well it turned out. And it's not a video of someone fixing the heater core on the Dodge Avenger, probably because you gotta take apart the whole dash, and I didn't want to do that. Saw a video on the Dodge Journey, just took apart some of the plastics underneath the steering column and they got to it. We did the same here, and I'm very happy. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. This is Chris with AutoMotivate. Always appreciate one another. I'll see you next time.